Hi, this is Business with Dave. In this video, I'll be giving you some of my post-pandemic food business tips that hopefully you can adapt for your business after all of this pandemic stuff going on the last 2 years, and hopefully we can navigate out of this much stronger and obviously have a solid business that will strive and thrive for the years to come as well. But obviously times have changed from back then, so being able to adapt and changing how you work is super important. So do consider these points and do take it in that not all of them you have to do, just do the ones that you seem will be right for you and your business and at the time of watching this video, and hopefully it will be useful. Before I start the video, I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to the channel. You guys are all awesome. I make these content for you and hopefully you could take some inspiration and motivation from it. But yeah, let's jump straight into this video. So my first tip is to reach out to your locals. These are by far your most important customers, whether they're living around you or they're working around you. These are the people that will hopefully come regularly to support your business, and more importantly, your local business as well. So do reach out to them, maybe flyer or have special offers out or have stuff on your windows in order to make sure that they know you are still here, that you are still running and kicking, and that you can encourage them to hopefully come support you, come support the community, and we can all bring ourselves out of this pandemic situation now as we are coming out of it. But super important because these are the people that will hopefully come once or twice a week. So if you could focus your attention, your customer service is good, your product is good, there's no reason why the customers would not keep coming back to you, particularly if they live locally as well. They're not gonna travel too far out for something, so hopefully they could just support you locally. So do focus on that side, and you don't need to do too much, just make sure your product is good and your service is good. The second thing to do is to focus on, if you can, home deliveries and make it super convenient for your customers. Ultimately, you can use third delivery party services, but those things are going to cost you a lot of money. So if you can maybe recruit someone or maybe do deliveries on a weekend or certain times during the day where you can focus on getting orders in and you could be doing them up, then it will make it easier for you to hopefully gain more business like that than before the pandemic, where you might have not focused on that. If you can make it easy and convenient for the customers, then they're more likely to buy from you and they're more likely to give you a chance than for them to find you quite hard to buy from, or if you open up odd times. Make it easy, make it convenient, and they're more likely to at least come support you once or twice than to not support you at all. So if you can make it quick, easy and efficient, then customers will be in and out quite quickly as well if they're coming in store, and then you could offer that quick service as well. But obviously give the delivery service a try, see maybe like a couple weeks or a couple months, see how it is. Obviously get the word out and maybe again fly around, but do give it a try, see if it does bring in extra income, because ultimately any income will be beneficial for your business long term. So do look at that. But obviously it can be in this whole section part of business in itself where you offer that delivery service and obviously focus on those who are coming in store as well. The third thing that I've done for my business in particular is reduce the amount of items on the menu, to reduce the amount of offerings there are, because ultimately during the pandemic, obviously you can't run a full kitchen, you can't run a full menu. So obviously for our business, we had to reduce some stuff in order to make it convenient, to make it easier for us, and to better serve our customers quickly as well. So we had to reduce some stuff, and sometimes when you have a business before the pandemic, you will have to make tough decisions. You are going to need to think, what is selling most and what should I keep, and should I keep this or should I keep that? Do make the decision based on how convenient or how easy it is for you to continuously offer that good product and good service to the customer. If there's anything that's going to be affecting that sort of process, then do consider finding efficient ways of doing stuff or reducing the menu overall, because ultimately we don't want small businesses to go out of business, and we want them to continue thriving. But obviously if you have too big a menu, if you're doing too much all at the same time, too much ingredients. All of that will add to costs, and maybe that will affect your customer service and ultimately affect your brand image as well. But if you keep your brand up to standards and good customer service, good products, then there's no reason why reducing your menu will make your business anything less than appealing than before. So do focus on the efficiency of your business, do lower your product offering if you have to, but obviously people will understand. There's lots of people that are just seeking out new experiences anyways and new food. So you offering something that is still great quality, great value, those are the things they'll be looking at instead of what is actually missing from the menu. One of the next tip is to reduce the amount of staffing that you have for your business. Obviously, during a pandemic, you have less business, so you tend to reduce the amount of staffing. But obviously, when you come out of the pandemic, you're clearly just still slowly growing back to pre-pandemic levels of sales. So as you are slowly gaining back, having less employees means that you have less costs to shell out to your business. But obviously you'll be using more, hopefully you're thinking more efficient methods. Obviously with your reduced menu, you don't need as many people, but you want to have the right amount of people that you can still manage efficiently in terms of prepping and serving customers and taking orders, that your service isn't lost and your quality isn't lost, but you also don't want to incur too much costs that you have too many people in shop and they're not doing anything because there's not enough customers. That's one of the things you want to try to avoid. But obviously do consider the levels. Obviously when you gain back the amount of customers and sales, then continue to hire people, but do consider reducing the amount of people that you have working for you if there's less business, because ultimately when your sales are growing then it's fine, but when the sales are slowly declining or up and down, then the uncertainty can really kill any business. So do consider reducing your staffing if you must, but obviously continue to recruit if your business is growing. So the next thing to do is to reward your customers with loyalty cards. Again, I go so much in depth into getting loyalty cards or using a loyalty app on your phone and smartphones and maybe online as well, and encouraging customers to keep coming back, keep getting stamps, and hopefully they could get something free at the end of the card or at the end of the app. That's such an easy way to encourage customers to come in, and if they like your food, then they're more likely to come back and support you. And if you have good incentives in order for them to come back for, like a free drink, a free starter, a free meal, then hopefully they would advertise you to their friends, promote you to their friends and family, and for them to become that repeat customers, that they will become loyal customers for your business. But obviously if you don't have a reward loyalty system, then they're more likely to sort of forget your business. They're more likely to think, okay, I've tried this place once, it was pretty good, and then they just forget. But if you have a loyalty carding scheme in place and they have it in their wallets whenever you give it to them, and they can see physically the stamps, then they sort of get a satisfaction. We all get a satisfaction if we complete something, and you get something for free as well. So why shouldn't you reward your customers and loyal customers with free stuff by completing and offering a loyalty scheme as a result? Because ultimately, past pandemic, you're going to be fighting for everyone and all the customers out there, so you want to have everything as much as you can in order to draw people in, and loyalty cards is one of those super cost-effective strategies and efficient way of bringing customers back into your business. So do consider these options. And my next tip is to literally, one of the things that you don't want to be doing, I don't want to be doing, is to increase your prices, because ultimately everything is becoming more expensive. So honestly, you're going to have to be on that level where you're going to have to increase your prices in order to hopefully recap what you've lost from the pandemic. But obviously with each sale, your profit margins are already shrinking. So if you can increase your prices, then at least you could cover some of that back. And that's the point. Everything is going up in price, so they're not going down any price anytime soon. And with so much issues going on around the world, you need to make sure you prioritize your business. Make sure you prioritize, number one, your health as well. But if you want your business to survive the pandemic and thrive for the future, you're going to need to consider upping your prices, because no pre-pandemic is going to be able to survive during after pandemic. So you need to focus on what prices I could increase to. Hopefully people are willing to buy, and hopefully you have that loyal customer base that a little bit of a price increase won't affect them too much. The jump isn't from here to all the way here, it's actually jumping from here to here, which they will understand because of everything we've gone through. But if anything, you just need to educate, you need to let your customers know why you're doing it and let them be informed and not just be a surprise that the price have shot up suddenly. Give them every reason to understand your situation, and more or less 100% of the time they will understand and the reasons why behind it. So do consider upping your prices, and I'm sure you will already have, but if you're already starting a business in post-pandemic, do consider the prices that there could be potential that it can still go up, but do fix your prices where it's gonna still make you a decent profit, but obviously will still encourage people to buy from you. And my last and final tip is, I'm sure you guys are currently doing it, particularly if you have a business, particularly in food, is to literally buy everything in bulk. Literally buy your dry stuff, your spices, and everything perhaps you could put in your freezer as well, and buy that in bulk because prices are going to be changing. There's so many things that are affecting supply chain levels and deliveries and missing stuff from different parts of the world and getting into different parts of the country. Literally, if you could stockpile, if you could buy in bulk and make sure you have enough reserves for you and your business for maybe a couple of months to hopefully see new stock come in, then hopefully your business won't run out of stuff, because that's the worst kind of thing. You have business, you have loyal customers, but you don't have the stocks in order to make what you need to make and to sell to customers. The worst scenario is that you leave it to the last minute, can't buy stocks last minute, and they don't have stocks for the next coming months. There's supply chain issues. Yes, that is the headache, and one of the things you want to try to do to avoid that is to hopefully take advantage of what is already on offer and buy the dry stuff that you're going to need, buy the spices, and hopefully the prices don't change too much in the future that it will affect your bottom line. But ultimately, buying bulk will obviously, you can benefit from economies of scale, and hopefully you'll always have stock in order to sell to customers. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Hopefully you found this video useful and that you can use these tips and post-pandemic tips and use it for your existing business, or if you're starting a new business, that you can see where the situation is at when you're starting a business anywhere in the world, because honestly we are all adjusting and seeing what we can do and coming up with different strategies. Like literally some of the strategies before pandemic is not going to work now, and reality is it will be ever changing, and you just need to sort of do your research, see what works, try stuff out. If it doesn't work, don't do it. If it does work, then continue doing it and continue to improve your business like that, because ultimately it's all up there, and you need to figure out for yourself and for your business what is the best course that is going to be best for you and your business. So yeah, like this video if you like this video, and consider subscribing to the channel. Love to see the subscribers go up like always, and hopefully you've taken something useful out of this video. I've been Business with Dave. I'll see you next video. Take care.